Hello, hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining in. So, today let's get right to standing up. You're, of course, very welcome to stay seated, but it's nice to mix things up a little bit and get some full body work. We'll do some of our warming up in a stand position today. So, let's take a moment and feel feet. Even walk on spot, maybe walk a little bit in your space and really feel your feet lifting the heel. Imagine your toes are in sticky goo and you have to pull your foot up a little bit. Maybe you can remember being on the beach in the shallow water or a lake and there's a bit of mud and you can kind of squish around with your feet. So we're looking for a little bit of that awakening of the feet. So when we plant them, we're more connected to what they're feeling, how they feel from the inside, and what they're receiving from the surface we're standing on. And we'll do a little bit of an arm movement to get the breath going and also to get the top part suspended. So let's bend the knees a little bit as we exhale and bring the palms closer. On the inhalation, sweep the arms up comfortably and reach with the fingertips and the eyes. As you exhale, let the breath out, soften the knees, and let the palms come closer together. Inhale, reaching out gently through the fingertips, up to the sky. Exhale, coming down, nice and soft. Inhale through the nose. Let's take an exhale with a soft sigh. Releasing, releasing, pouring out old air, any tensions or stagnations. Inhale. Exhale, another sigh. Next inhalation through the nose, and we're going to capture our fingers at the top. Interlace the fingers, gently press the palms up. Try to touch the sky. You can wiggle a little bit. We want to feel our longest body. Our feet are connected to the earth, but we're stretching up to the sky, the heavens. And let's step the feet open just a little bit and take some side bending. On the next exhalation, a hip goes to the side and we reach in the other direction. Inhale, we come up, and exhale, lovely opening. One more set. Inhale, exhale through the nose, but relaxed and long. Inhale and exhale. One more inhalation and exhale. Release the hands, but not the top of the spine. Let the elbows float down, let the shoulders release, and move into some relaxed shoulder circles. Inhale up and slightly back. Exhale down and front. We want a gentle opening. We don't want to be pulling our body into its 100% range of motion in this particular type of work. We want to get things to wake up, to feel happy, and no strain. Jazzing it up, we're going to do one shoulder followed by the other shoulder. And on this, let your personality shine through. If your body wants to move a little bit in the neck or in the hips, please allow that to happen. So many lovely rivers of flow continue from the principal movement. And we're going to do two more with both shoulders going back, going back. Okay, let's shake out the hands, shake out the hands, shake out the hands. Shake them out, shake them out. Lots of shaking today in the hands. We want to release any tension, like you're flicking water droplets off. There's no paper towel in the bathroom. You gotta be creative. And let your whole body get involved in the shaking. This can be quite minute, can be very micro, but still jiggling everything around. Think of movement as a spectrum, can go from small to very big, and we want to be somewhere on that spectrum that's very yummy for us at any given time. I feel like I need just a little bit more more vigor, but not so much that I get carried away. And let out a big breath every once in a while when you need it. Let that come to its natural finish. And let's have the feet about, say, shoulder distance apart. And a little bit of give in the knees without sacrificing our beautiful suspension from above. And here we're going to swing. Let the arms have their own momentum. We're not carrying the arms around. That's a bit more muscular control. We're using the natural momentum. And you can keep your feet flat on the floor and experience that little bit of stretching of the tendons of the lower leg. But if you're not liking that, or your knees are cranky and say, thank you, maybe another time, then let's lift up the back heel. Do a few swings with the head facing forward without stiffening, of course. And then try a few swings with the head moving with everything, surveying the upper environment. And let's allow this to come to a natural little finish. Take a moment to stand quietly. If you want to bring your feet closer, you're very welcome. And let's rest the hands over the low belly. We'll settle the energy and we'll feel into what we have cultivated already. Feel the ground below you giving you support. Feel the sky above you giving you suspension. Feel whatever tingling you may be experiencing or whatever has woken up and is whatever is waking up. And now let's direct some slow, smooth breath into the belly and the hands. Inhaling through the nose and filling the belly. Imagine you also have hands at your lower back. So you're filling into the hands at the front and also visualizing and sensing the energy filling into your back. Imagine that this energy starts to grow, and as you inhale, more of your torso is filled. The sides of the ribs get involved. Imagine that the armpits and the collarbones get involved. So as you inhale, this whole area from throat to pelvic floor, front, back, and sides is all part of the breathing. And continue your breathing at a very pleasant, nourishing pace for you. And we'll begin a little tapping routine. Today we're going to start at the top of the head. So we loosened our wrists and fingers and just lightly and lovingly tap all over your head. Now, of course, there are some days where you may want to tap a little bit harder, but don't hurt yourself. So tapping with love, put love in your mind, in your breath, kindness, compassion to your wonderful body. Tap in behind the ears, tap all over the scalp, the temples. Tap into the forehead. I'm going to take my glasses off. You might as well if you want to. I'll come a little closer too. So tapping at the third eye, if you're a furrower, fluff it open. Come down into the temple area and yawn a little bit. See how the temple muscles are connected to yawning. Now let's relax the shoulders and tap around the eye socket from the outer corner, under the eye, coming up the bridge of the nose and tapping out over the eyebrow bone. Just do a couple of these. If you feel tenderness, go more gently. Now coming under the cheekbones, the sides of the nose and little kind of smiley face under each cheekbone, tapping from the nose, down the sides, under the cheekbone, and slightly up fluffing under the cheekbone, giving a little facelift, breathing smoothly. And now massaging the ears. I'm not going to do this because I'm wearing mics and receivers in my ears, but I'm doing in the energy around, which is still fabulous. So you can try that too if you want. But if you're very comfortable and able to massage your ears all the way around, you can pull and twist a little bit, get a nice massage at the lobes of the ears. You can even pull and tug and open things up, make it feel really nice. And when you get to the flap in front of the ear, you can massage it, you can squeeze it in and do some nice things there. Let's shake out the hands a little bit. And if you've taken off your glasses, this is a good time to put them back on. And we're going to finish the lower part of the face with one hand tapping in between the chin and the lower lip. And then the other hand taps between the mouth and the upper lip. And just make some funny faces. Wah, brrr, make some sounds if you want, and see how lovely that feels. Now let's come from the breastbone and open your chest here. Really take up space. Even if you don't feel great this morning, take a posture of confidence. It'll change everything. Tapping to open the lungs back and forth under the collarbones. And let's go up the front of the throat. Nice long neck. Come up the sides of the neck. You can make a peace sign and tap in front and back of the ear here if you like. And then reaching over the tops of the shoulders, bend over at the neck a little bit. This often is tense, this area. And then coming up into the base of the skull, across the base of the skull, back and forth, back down. Let's shake that out, shake that out, shake that out. Now one hand crosses over and the palm is cupped soft. We're going to come down the outside of the shoulder. Maybe you want to get a little bit more of that shoulder meat again. And be liberal with your breath. Be generous with your breath. If you need to let out a sigh every once in a while, you can do that. Cupping down the outside of the arm, lovingly waking up the circulation, back of the hand, all of the fingernails, thumb and thumbnail, clapping, and coming up the same arm, inside of the arm. And when you get to the armpit, make some space here. Make some lovely space. Open up more space for the breath. Even come all the way down today to the waistline, almost the top of the hip. All right. Before we do the other side, I always like to check in. How is that? Is there a difference? Is it a big difference? Is it a tiny difference? Is there freedom? Whatever it is, just let that register for a moment and appreciate it. And now let's do the other side. So the other hand is cupping across the chest. We're going to come over the shoulder, get some of that shoulder neck area again. And now cupping off down the outside of the shoulder, back of the arm. Any sound or exhalation that you want to make is fine. In general, our breathing is in and out through the nose, but if you want to get a little bit more flushing through, every once in a while. I don't recommend it in every breath because you could get lightheaded, but well placed. It's like the right amount of spicing to make the dish delicious. Back of the fingers, back of the nails. Make sure you get the thumb clapping the inner palms. And coming up the inside of that same arm. And when you come to the armpit, give some space. You can drape your arm over your head. Breathe here, opening up space. We don't often let our armpits really breathe. Come right down to the waist today. Swing that around a little bit. Let's come into the kidney area. You can do double hands or you can do alternating, and you can go up and down, whatever's comfortable for your shoulders. This is a nice one to add some sound to. Whoa. You could even add some bouncing in the knees. You can really customize this for yourself. And then let's rub either with the backs of the hands or the palms and get some warmth here. Okay. Let's continue. We're going to use loose fists or cupping hands and coming around the sides of the hips, go for the meaty bits. And coming down the outsides of the thighs, feeling what your thighs are feeling, adjusting your tapping accordingly. And we're going to come down the outsides of the lower legs and go as far as you can reach, and then imagine energy hands going the rest of the way. or for anyone who can bend over, you can come down, come behind the ankles, cup over the tops of the feet, cup along the insides of the feet, over the ankles, behind the ankles, and we're coming up the insides, all the way up to the groin area. You can slightly press your hips forward, light cupping here, waking up the lymphatic circulation in the groin area, and then coming gently, starting to slow down and coming over the belly area. Don't pull your abdominal wall in, let it be nice and soft. And we're going to bring this tapping to a close. Let's slide our thumb and index fingers into each other, resting the hands on the belly. Feel the feet. Feel that lift through the crown of the head. Notice whatever sensations are at play in your body and appreciate them. They're all signs of life and waking and connecting. And tap into your breathing. And a little bit earlier, we were feeling and thinking into the breath, into the belly and the back, into the sides of the ribs, into the upper chest, and filling the entire trunk from throat to pelvic floor. So inhaling, and the breath touches the pelvic floor as it reaches up to the base of the throat. And exhale, all those areas come in. So front, back, sides, above and below. All those areas expand together on the inhalation, and all the areas relax on the exhalation. Now we're going to do a little warm up to become great birds. I mentioned in the description box, we're going to do a flow to awaken the great bird of prana. Prana is chi, life force energy, and there's an upward lightness. Just think of the most majestic bird or the smallest bird you've seen, that magical way that they can carry themselves through the air. Some of them can soar, land lightly. So we're going to do a little shoulder action. I saw a slow motion video of a hummingbird on the weekend, and I was amazed at the movement of its shoulder girdle. So what we're going to do is the backs of the hands and the shoulders wrap forward, and then the elbows lower and the chest opens when we come back. So this is going to be the exhalation, and this is exactly the movement that the bird was doing. So I thought that was wonderful. So here we are. Exhale, we're rounding the shoulders forward. Inhale. So the backs of the elbows and the backs of the hands come forward, and then we rotate the palms up. The chest opens as the elbows and hands come back. Exhale and inhale. Now, of course, birds have very long arms, so to speak. So let's start doing this movement with much longer wings. So we're still exhaling, rolling the shoulders in, and inhaling, rolling them back. And think of your fingers like feathers. We're not going to tighten the elbows. There's still a little softness, but we're no longer working the arms close to the body. We're feeling the air far away from us. Exhale, inhale. Imagine the work of those beautiful chests and lungs that the birds have. Think of flying. And inhale. And let's do two more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And let the wings gently melt down. Stand quietly, your wings resting at your sides, your fingertips like little feather tips. And we're going to take this into a full body flow, uniting, being in the sky and diving down to the earth. So let's inhale and open the arms wide. And exhale, we're going to gently dive down towards the earth and we're going to turn the backs of our hands to touch each other. As we inhale, we're bringing the energy up from the earth and we're releasing, soaring. And as we exhale, we bring the palms of together, bring the energy down the center of the body, around the belly button or so. The hands reach out like two long extended wings. On the inhale, the hands brush the ground or close to the ground. Backs of the hands come up together. We open. And as we exhale, we gather all that energy and we bring it down through the center line of the body. And then we expand. We're soaring. We're diving down. On the inhalation, we gather from the earth. We soar back up. And as we exhale, we gather the energy. Prayer hands come down and sweep out. Let's do two more. Inhale, feel the rebound from the earth up to the celebration of the sky. And exhale, gathering the energy, bringing it down, spreading it wide. One more, slightly different finish. Inhale, open. Stay open for another breath or two. Receive the beautiful inspiration and expansion of the sky. And now we're going to bring, on an exhale, the palms close together and take another breath in and pour anointing light and energy. Just drench yourself. It's pouring over the front of your body, down through your feet. We're going to do one more, the back of the body. So let's inhale, gather the backs of the hands, open all the way up. And this time, exhale, we're going to drench the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, wrap the hands just in front of the armpits, down the back of the body, into the ground. One more time. Inhale, opening, and this time bringing the palms together in prayer, feet coming closer, breathing here. Wait for an exhalation and draw a line of energy right down, turning the fingertips down, acknowledging the earth, and then closing the flow by folding the hands over the low belly. Remember your connection to the sky, connection to the earth, connection to breath, and let's feel our connection to each other. Those of us who are practicing together, those of us who will be watching and practicing later, connection to all beings. Smile, breathe, feel your quiet power, your lovely, most radiant self. And let this person come with you. Let this person be you, coming through your day, moving through your day, and be a light not only for yourself, but also for all others. Blessings, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.